hear me? Thank you. How am I doing now? Oh, I love you too. Ric Flair, greatest entertainer in the history of our business, bar none. I'll put that to rest tonight. You know, I come here to Longview, taking this show to Broadway, but the fact that you people came here tonight have been so kind, I promise you this, I will work my ass off for you tonight. Yeah. All right? I will give you more than I could give anybody else because I love that much. So with Ric Flair, first of all, you got, has anybody seen Brokeback Mountain? Yeah, come on, you liars, there gotta be more than one. I just don't want it. I have a problem with John Wayne and Clint Eastwood being out on the road there. I don't want to think about that. And see John Wayne, yeah? Drop him. Or you're dead where you stand. That's an ugly thought, isn't it? It's un-American. Ric Flair is un-American. I tell you what, they edited that footage even before he got on Spike TV. Ric Flair came out, and I had my beautiful wife in the audience, all my beautiful children in the audience, and Ric Flair starts to tell them about all the stewardesses that we took to Miami, and all the stewardesses that we took to Puerto Rico. And my wife, and when I came out, the first thing you hear me say is, I was married for 22 years. I tell you, that was a tough night that night. My wife's 4'11 and a half, 100 pounds, and I'm scared to death of her. Only thing I am. You know what, man? I'm a grandfather now, too. What are the chances of me? They thought I was going to die before I was 19. Damn, man. It's been a long life. Long life. Anybody watch Raw lately? Yeah? Okay, I gotta ask you something now. Call me old school. Call me old school. Now, for us, back in the day, they'd leave the light on for you coming to the hotel. I turned Raw on the first time, and I saw they got the bed right in the middle of the ring. Then I saw this kid named Edge, and he's with his girlfriend. I think her name's Hope. That's all I heard. I just turned it on real quick. And she takes his pants off there. Looks like he's smuggling an olive. She kisses him, it looks like a pup tent. Get under the covers! You're killing yourself. Damn, man. So the next week I turn it on. I don't watch it that much, you know. I turn it on and there's Vince McMahon with his pants down holding on to his ankles. I was having trouble understanding which side was which, except for he shaves his ass. Why does he shave his ass? How do you do that without nicking things? You know? And then he power walk, right? He power walk back there. Oh, I bet you. He's got to get chasing going on there. Walk's got to get like this about the 5 o'clock mark. I'm fired again. I'm the most fired man ever in the WWEFG. Ric Flair, 16-time world champion. I'm going for 17 times fired. Then they got the Spirit Squad. No, go ahead. You know what? You can jump in here anytime, too. You bet. Matter of fact, you got a story, you come up here and tell it. I'll sit down there. I love you. And the Spirit Squad, I look at it, and it's these 5 guys in like Jack LaLanne outfits. And they're in the ring, and they're chanting, what do you call it, cheering, and saying cheers. Call me old school, but if you get me cheerleaders, could I please have cheerleaders with tits on them? Come on! You know, Brokeback Mountain in WWE, you're neck and neck here. Damn. Here's a picture of me. That's not it. Dan drinks a bit, he's my clicker there. Ah! Holy cow. Didn't have a lot to work with, did I? Look at the years on that guy. Looks like somebody left the doors open on a yellow cab. Texas, can I have some water, man? God bless you. This is Texas here. Thanks, Texas. Call him Texas because he's from Oklahoma. I'll tell you why he does things like this. He takes the top. Thank you, Texas. I love you too. We're going to put the show a little tighter by the time we get to Broadway. Back to the kid. What's wrong with this picture? Oh, nothing. I love you too, man. No damn Christmas presents. Not a one. I learned back there. Fuck Santa Claus. There ain't no such thing. That's how I started my miserable life. But if I run it down to you real quick, I gotta, otherwise, you know, I'll have you hanging yourself. I don't know how many times they tried to rape me. By the time I was 6, raped, I was put in a garbage can, I got run over by a truck, I fell through Lake Superior ice, and this kid named Bobby Hansen saved my life. He died when he was 16, I broke my foot, and every day I got beat up by damn Indians every day. I lived on an Indian reservation. I'm the only kid on an Indian reservation that wears a kilt and plays the bagpipes. Think about this now. And they taught me this. This Indian reservation was called La Paw, Manitoba. And what you had to do was, because in the winter it was so hard, there was timber wolves, big ass wolves, man. And you had to sing a song, because if you snuck up on them, and they would be afraid they'd eat you. So they said this song, John Jacob Jingleheimer, John Jacob Jingleheimer. I would sing that song, John Jacob Jingle. Them Indians would look at me and they go, no, bad to kill a crazy man, you know, it's bad. So the timber wolves were eating me. Got no presents. Time I was 13, I grabbed my bagpipes, went out the bathroom window, man. That was great, Dan. I love that one. And so I was, Dan, hitchhiking. We'll work on it. Looked like Andre's thumb there. I'll tell you a story about Buddy Rose and Andre's thumb one time. You know? Now, I gotta stay in some kind of order because I've got a master's in ADD here. So, I went down in Canada. I lived all over the world. They changed me over, I guess, you know. Tough kid to try to raise, whatever, you know. Changed me all over the world. And I used to hitchhike down this highway. It's called Highway Number 1. Went from east to west coast. The reason they called it Highway Number 1 because there's only one of them. Which I thought was a brilliant thing there. And I get beat up, and you try to get the good spots. And there was this place called Wawa. And they wouldn't pick you up in Wawa because somebody picked up 2 gals and they shot the guy. So you wouldn't get stuck there. But you know, I get there, and I play my bagpipes. I get a ride every time. Finally ended up in a place called Winnipeg, Manitoba. And I lived at a youth hostel. In this youth hostel, you had to pay a quarter. You could stay there, and the guy who ran it was a priest. You know, I just call him Father. To be honest with you, I don't know what his name was. I just call him Father. Now, the youth hostel closed down at 9 o'clock. You couldn't get in. So first of all, I needed a quarter. So there I am, 15 years old, with my kilt on, under the street light. My bag opened, so they put quarters in there at midnight, blowing my bagpipes. Finally got some quarters, got into this youth hostel. Now this priest, father, he was an amateur wrestling coach, and he made me the 167 amateur wrestling champion. Now, it's one time I come back, and I was always late. And I was begging him, Father, come on, you gotta let me in. And he let me in every time, man. And this one time I came, I said, Father, you gotta let me in. He lets me in, and he says, just exactly what he's, I'll try to get it exact. He says, Roddrick, he says, sit down, lad. He says, I got to tell you something. What's that, Father? I'm leaving. Where are you going? He says, no, it's just God's calling me. He says, I got to go someplace else, but I'm concerned with you, because I'll tell you something, you're out there doing things on the street I don't want to know about, but I know that it's wrong, and I know that you're doing it, and this is what's going to happen to you. He says, you're going to be away, you're going to come back, it's going to be after 9, you're not going to get in, because I'm not here. You're going to get cold, you'll get hungry, you're going to go and you rob a 7-Eleven, you're going to rob a 7-Eleven, the police are going to catch you, they're going to put you in jail, they're going to rape you, and you're going to die. You sure about this? What do you know about professional wrestling? I don't know nothing. You'll be perfect, he says. Be down at the Winnipeg Arena, he says, at 8 o'clock and I can get you $25. Well, that's where I played them bagpipes. They fixed the place up. We ad-lib a lot, because we got no memory left. Where the hell was I, Tex? Thanks. So I went down to the Winnipeg Arena in a $500,000 vehicle. I wanted to go in style, the city bus. And I walked in there, I wasn't quite prepared. I know you saw Larry Henning and that, but you didn't see the first part, you know. And I come in and I knock on the door. First of all, the guy that opened the door wouldn't let me in because he didn't believe I was a wrestler. All right, knock on the door, and finally I come in and I'm late, and this promoter just smacks me upside the head and I land on a bench. And he tells me the rules of being a professional wrestler, because he says, so you want to be a big-time professional wrestler, do you? No, I just want the $25, man. You know, here's the rules. Here's the rules he gave me. Number 1, never carry a dull knife or an empty gun. None of them do you any good, they all get you thrown in jail. Number 2, never take a drink of beer at an intersection. Too many ways to get busted. Number 3, if you're going to die, kid, die in the ring. It's good for business. Second time today, I've been told I'm going to die. And that's your opponent. I looked over, man, and all I saw was the wall. And the wall started moving. Larry Henning had an axe in his hand. He only had one word for me. Dinner. I looked at the promoter, and the promoter said, "Hey, just be like a Greyhound bus and leave the driving to us." The hell does that mean? Well, 320 pounds, first world record, still hold it. Shortest match in the history of the Winnipeg Arena. I come home, I'll come back to the dressing room, and I had my whole pipe band playing me up there. It was really pissed at it. Larry Henning off back in them days. You know, in them days in those arenas, it wasn't, you know, you could have, I don't know, could have heard a rat pissing on cotton, man. It was so quiet back then. That's not a really good analogy, but it's all I really had there, you know. A lot of wrestlers. You got some water tanks? Sometimes I ask them when I'm not even thirsty. Hi. Thank you. You didn't take the top off. Oh, so I gotta take the top off. All right, I'll be right with you. So, I had this match, and nice to have hired help. And so fast, you know. And I come back to the dressing room and my nose was broke. My eye was split open. I'm sitting down there. This promoter comes up. He gives me my 25 bucks. Canadian. He says to me, unfortunately, this is all the truth. Cain, you did great. How'd you like to go to Kansas City? Is Larry Hennig going to be there? Oh no, we won't overmatch it. And they put me in a van with 8 other wrestlers, all as hairy as Larry, including the 2 ladies. Moolah. I've been ducking Moolah for 36 years. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, I mess with him. Ah. What the hell is that? Oh, no. So they put me in this van. And back then, when, you know, I didn't have a driver's license. I drove, but I didn't have a driver's license. And you had to pay a penny a mile. And at 15 years old, 16 years old, the closest guys to me would be like 28, 29, you know, they were all looking at me like they didn't want me to live. They didn't want me to make it. It was part of the process, I guess. I don't know how that worked, but I know I'm in the ring. I get out of the ring, I'm in the dressing room, and say, all the names have been changed to protect the guilty. Right? And I'm sitting down, and all of a sudden, hey, runt! Runt! Yeah, yes, sir? You need a ride tomorrow? Yes, sir, I do. Good, you be on street at 3 o'clock. This guy's name was Papiro. He ended all his interviews with, I put you in 1 box pie. I had heard these interviews before he asked for the ride. So, okay, I gotta get there. You know, in those days, they didn't really stop, they just slowed down for you. That's right. Come in. I got in this car. He didn't even look at me. Straight ahead, 150 miles. Not a word. I'm thinking, this guy hates me, man. He doesn't even want me seen with me. I just came off the street 2 years ago. And he puts on talk radio, 1010 AM on your dial. For 150 miles, I hear about aluminum siding. And aluminum siding was very good on the roof. Does not rust. Not a word. All of a sudden he goes, I'm hungry. Boom. Pulls into a diner. Okay, time to get out. I go and get out of the car. He gets out. He goes, you do not come in with that girl. You come in after me. Oh, man. I need to change jobs. I didn't want this job in the first place. He went inside there and he sat at one of them booths, you know, on the counter. So I come in and, you know, I kind of go leave a booth, you know, you leave a seat, whatever, there, and go to sit down. We have a language in our business called carny. He just says, put up, bottom line is, very quietly, he says, get away from me. Oh, man. I went all the way over. I'm sitting down. Nobody knows I'm with this guy now. Not even me. Waitress comes to me and says to me, you know, son, can I help you? And I was just about to say something, and all of a sudden, Papiro gets up and looks at me. Oh, look at this little runt kid. You hungry? What's wrong with you? Give him something. Give him steak. I order a steak, you give him steak. Salad, he needs salad. Look at no vitamins in him. That's why he's so little runty, lazy. The spine curve on him. Oh, poor little boy. Give him soup. Give him what he needs. And he starts to talk to me like I'm his best friend. This guy ain't said a word to me. He starts to tell me about him being in the war. Ah, Vampiro, I was in the war. He says, no, I do not go over there. I stay on this side. He says, very important. I make the bullets for them and I throw them over to them. They need those bullets and I throw. This guy's my best friend. He goes and he says, I want a piece of lemon pie. Flo, the gal behind, whatever her name was, she grabs 2 pieces of lemon pie. Gives one to him, gives one to me. All of a sudden, Vampiro, look. Oh, you take advantage. You have lemon pie. You take advantage of Vampiro. You take advantage of me because you think I coward because I stay on. All of a sudden, his eyes rolled right back in his head. He started foaming. He grabbed his chest and just boom, went right down on the floor. I'm standing over here. I'm looking at him. He's just kind of doing the shakes, you know. I'm thinking, die, you bastard, die. But Flo, she's running back and forth in the car. Ooh, get an ambulance, get an ambulance. Shit, ain't got no ride. All right, I go and I grab him, get me hospital, and I pull him as hard as 280 pounds. I'm going $160. Boom, and I pull him, I get him in the car, I slam the door, I get her in his head, I turn the car on, and I'm going down the freeway. I'm making great time, and I don't have a clue where I'm going. All of a sudden, Vampiro, like the Undertaker, he comes up, pulls down the visor, wipes the Alka-Seltzer from his mouth, pulls out the map and marks it. That's just the way he got a free meal. I'm in the car. I know the stupid things amuse me. I'm driving in the car and he starts to laugh at me. Whoa, I know you should not say, look on your video. You have a license? No. But that's illegal. Pull over. You break the law. I break the law. For the next 150 miles, Vampiro didn't shut up. I'm begging for 10 a.m. aluminum siding. Son of a bitch, son of a gun. Well, it's too late now, isn't it? That's what they used to like to do to me. I used to have a guy named Lord Alfred Hayes. You ever heard of him? You know, I got him on tape said, I'm like, how much do I want to humiliate myself here? What they used to do to me, I went to Kansas City, and Lord Alfred Hayes, he had a schwanz on him like a donkey, man. He'd come out of the shower, Roddy, Roddy, Roddy. Not funny. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. When are you going to get cordless mics here? Hey, you know, man, W.C. Fields was on this very stage, and Buddy Holly too, man. Too cool. I'm not doing any flying tonight. Oh. I'll go to Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know how old I am. 17, 18. There was this guy. His name was Mad Dog Vachon. He was an alternate in the Olympics. It's the way he met Vern Gagne, huh? He was a Frenchman, huh? One of the toughest street fighters. If you mention Maurice Mad Dog Vachon, you mention his name in Quebec, people would just tremble. I'm serious, this guy, one of his specialties was pulling eyes out. Yeah, anybody tells you pull out an eye, they're full of baloney, man, unless they tell you, because it's got 4 tendons, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta yank that eye out. But bottom line, anyway, I'm in the ring with a guy. Listen, I'm a bad of useless information. Right to jail, rape, die. So, I'm in Fort Worth, and this guy, he's just a little guy, he's not that big. Yeah, I'm a Golden Gloves champion. It's a 15-minute time, and I don't know, about like the 12-minute mark, I'm kind of looking like, what this guy can do. And I guess he caught on real quick, because next thing I knew, I was flying over the top rope of Fort Worth. He'd come down, and the steel stairs that go up there, he grabbed those steel stairs over his head and boom, right down on the side of my head. And the head just went boom. Looked like the Elephant Man. Hurt. The only thing I knew that they had taught me is never quit. If you quit, they'll kill you. If you keep fighting back, you stand a chance. I got back in the ring. There's only about a minute left and the bell rang, and I got back in the dressing room. Boom, 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 boom. I'm sitting down and I'm like, oh, Lord, I'm not dead yet. All of a sudden, in the dressing room, I hear coming from the ring. Hey, and he comes in, you cocksucker, huh? Hey, you cocksucker, hey, you ride with me tomorrow, cocksucker. Excuse me? What you stupid do, cocksucker? You ride with me tomorrow. I appreciate the ride. It's the first part of kind of bothering me. That's just what he said when he liked you. I just didn't know how much he liked me, or not. Turns out, for 2 years, I lived with Mad Dog Shawn. Hey, cocksucker, come here, huh? That'd be me, yep. He had me in the Atlantic Ocean, running in the Atlantic Ocean with construction boots on. Finally, Mad Dog just sits down in the water. Just lets one go. Turd floating. Practicing my footwork now. He looks at me and goes, Mad Dog. Good name for me, huh, cocksucker? Good name for you. I'm working on mine. It's true. One time we're in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, and at the Marlborough Hotel. Can I get some water there? Miami. Guys, stop. Thank you very much. You're good, man. Good, man. Love that hat. What is your name?
My name is Tex.
Thank you. Almost stumped him there. I pay him. Where the hell was I? That's him! Ah! Hey, cocksucker, you do, huh? Oh, yeah? I can beat the shit out of you now. It's not true either. He's still alive. So nobody tell him I said that. And don't tell Vince either. I'm gonna fire it again on that son of a bitch. So, we're in a Marlborough Hotel, and there was these mob guys. And at that time, the wrestling had just come in. It was from the AWA. And down there, I kind of wing it off quick. Like Dusty Rhodes going 320, Superstar Billy Graham, I don't know what it was, 280, something just cut the rip. Vern Gagne, Bill Robinson, Jeff Ports, Chris Taylor, lot of guys, Maurice Vachon. Now, during the evening, one of these underling mob guys, one of the wrestlers drank his drink. And he got severely pissed off about this, so when he went up to tell the big mob guy what was going on his turf. So the big mob guy, he comes down the elevator to Marlborough Hotel. He walks into the bar. He gonna make it right. He looks around. He sees these huge guys, man. He goes around and all of a sudden, he sees Mad Dog. Did you, Mad Dog? Did you drink my buddy's drink? Mad Dog looks up and goes, yes, cocksucker. He didn't have a clue what the guy was talking about. Yes, cocksucker. And he waist-eyed this guy, and as he's going on, there was a pillar, and he cracks his head on the pillar, and he starts bleeding. That really pisses him off. He's got the guy down, and he's pulling the fella's eye out. And his brother, Butcher Vachon, and Rene Goulet are standing over top of him. I don't know. What do you want to do? Well, he's your brother. What time does the bar close? 20 minutes. Maybe he'd get tired. Hey, ladies, there have, and the rules are you take a bullet for the guy. Anything that has to happen. And the guy's getting mad dog, I'm kind of going, hey, Maurice, and here comes another one of them mobsters. I just did what I was supposed to. I jumped over, the guy went down and boom, and his arm got broken. And Mad Dog, he gets off the guy, and there's sirens coming, there's police coming, and he looks at me, he looks down, and he sees what I done, and he sees the arm's broken. Oh, my good little cocksucker. Oh, come here, cocksucker. Oh, follow Maurice the Mad Dog. Come with me, my cocksucker. Mad Dog gets me in the car. He says to me, he says, hey, cocksucker. Yes, sir. Yeah, you weren't there. He says, I have taught you everything you need to know. I sent you down to Los Angeles. You go be big star now. He stops the car. Get out of my car. I said, but Mad Dog, get out of my car! I'm out. And he drove away. There's another one of them $500,000 vehicles, Greyhound bus. I was on my way to Los Angeles, California. I got to Los Angeles, California, and there was this fella. His name was Leo Garibaldi. Brilliant man, huge wrestling family. And he comes up to me and he says, I'm going to give you, this is my son. His name is Colton Bear. You know, what were the chances, man? Huh? What were the chances? So I come and this promoter says, I'm gonna give you your big break. And there was this guy named Jabba. And he says, really, Jabba, he was one of them guys, he had like the sheet on his head, the air wrap thing, you know, and it looked like somebody shot the curtains of the digs in, being on there, and boom, and this is the real deal is, his name was Johnny Rods. He's from New York, but in LA, he's an Arab. He's not consistent. Been wearing a kilt since I was 5. I go to buildings, man. I'll keep here all night, man. You can start getting bored, you just start walking out and go home. You know, people, like Madison Square Garden, 24,000 people going, faggot, faggot! Here I am smiling. It's like cheering to me. Never said that to Hogan. Anyway, I'm the reason Hogan's got no hair. So he says to me, I want you to fight Jabba, he says. 45 minutes, I don't want you to touch him. I want you to let him beat the shit out of you for 45 minutes. And he walks away. My big break. Well, it's $25. American. We're moving up. I sold catnip. Never mind. To subsidize. One time I had the catnip market cornered, man. I was getting $300 an ounce for about a week. One of my satisfied customers caught me. Where the hell? Okay, so I went in there. What am I going to do? The guy beat the dog right out of me. Beat me up. Next week, there used to be this commercial. I don't know what, like, it was like a Marlboro man. He had a hat on, smoking cigarettes with billboard kind of things. And he had a black eye. It was a campaign they were running. And he said, I'd rather fight than switch. This promoter, the next week for television, he got me a t-shirt, said, I'd rather switch than fight. And he made me Jabba Rook's manager. And they gave me a microphone. And they said, you can say anything you want. anything you want. I got some venting to do. By this time, I got about 18 years old. I got some venting to do. So it's Mexican Cinco de Mayo time. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Do you have any Hispanic folk in here? Good, because you're not going to like this story at all. In fact, you knifed me. I've been stabbed 3 successful times. I don't consider you a heckler till you stab me. So, I started getting, I'd like to go down to Tijuana, you know. Those days, you know, by this time I was making some money. I had me a black Cadillac, at least. I had a girl on each arm. Them days I was sporting 3 arms, man. I used to go down to Tijuana, drink Corona, see the ladies, get my antibiotics. Don't tell your mother I said that, okay? Because I was just teasing, you know that, folks. I wouldn't do that. And I'd come back, and I haven't got a clue what I was going to tell you there. Oh, yes, I do. I'd come back, and I saw something they did in Tijuana. And if you've never been there, you know, it won't make sense to you, but this is the truth. And so they had a donkey, and they painted the donkey like a zebra. At that time, I was fighting every Guerrero alive. I fought Gory Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero, Hector Guerrero, Mando Guerrero, and when I was sick one time, they had me up there. Mrs. Guerrero made me chicken soup so I could get better, so her sons could beat me up some more. So I got me a bright idea, I got me a donkey. This was the Spanish TV that went nationwide, from LA to New York. And I painted them black stripes on that donkey. And I get that donkey, and I had my kilt on, and I had a t-shirt that said, Conquistador of the Guerreros. I got on there, I put a sombrero on, and I had a long stick with a string on it. And the end of that string, it was a carrot. And I proceeded to tell the Mexican nation what I thought of them. Almost lost the TV. The president of the TV station came down and to the promoter, and the promoter's all over me. I'm trying to figure out how to keep a job. I said, I'll apologize. So I got on TV and I said, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I've always been a big Hispanic fan. And just to prove that to you, I'm going to learn on the bagpipes the Mexican national anthem. Next week came along, ladies and gentlemen, it's a little difficult. They call the bagpipes gaita in Spanish. It's a little difficult from Mexico to Scotland, Mexico, Scotland, but I'm trying. Next week came, I got it. This Friday you come down, I gotta play the Mexican national anthem on my bagpipes. Friday came, used to be a wonderful ring announcer. His name was Jimmy Lennon. He was the uncle of a very famous singing group, the Lennon Sisters. He saved my life, actually, when I came down. Somebody tried to shoot me when they got torn. He wouldn't get out of the way. I'm in the ring right now, and Jimmy Lennon says, ladies and gentlemen, rise for the Mexican national anthem. 10,000 people standing up, all putting their knives away. Hand over their hearts, I swear to you, little babies. We're back to a rat pissing on cotton. Jimmy Lennon puts the microphone down on my bagpipes, and I proceeded to play the Mexican national anthem. The name of this tune was Cucaracha. The little cockroach, the little cockroach, the dirty little bastard, the little cockroach. Night never got started. Here come the chairs inside the ring. You have complete riot. There's riot police. It's the first time I got stabbed. I find out that the first time you get stabbed is the best time, you know. So excuse me? You're fired. I'm telling that stupid story. I didn't hear an okay there. Thank you. Thanks very much, dear. All right. Where am I?
Fair story.
Thank you. You related? You come from Oklahoma too. God bless you. It's a lovely place. Close to Texas, I hear. All right. So cucaracha, all that kind of stuff, and I was selling out the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles. This kid, the boy wonder kind of thing. I was 19 years old, and at that time, I became the light heavyweight champion of the world. And my head was so, that's the biggest. Dan, you and I are going to have a serious talk after this show. That was me at 19 years old. It says Big Wolf there. And Big Bluff. That's the light heavyweight championship of the world right there. I'll be damned. Back there, I told you, I was going strong, and as I left this arena, this promoter yelled at me, "Hey, fighter! Tomorrow you're wrestling Big Bears!" I don't give a damn. I'll fight anybody. I'm the light heavyweight champion of the world. Next day came, it's Fresno, California. I was late as usual. I bounce up them stairs there, boom. I turn around, I turn the corner. When I turn the corner, dead in front of me, there's no exaggeration to this story whatsoever. Dead in front of me is a 600, it's a little things you gotta listen to. His name wasn't Victor Bear, it was Victor the Bear. I came around that corner and there was a 600 and, shit, that ain't Victor, man. This is old man. I'll be dead. There was a 650-pound Kodiak bear pounding down a pint of wild turkey. And then he drops it, and the trainer gives him a Coke, a cola. Been through a lot, I have. And he downs a Coke and boom, and drops out. There's Victor. And the promoter's mad, I'm late. And the trainer's mad, I'm late. Everybody's mad. I mean, it's just another day in paradise. You know? The trainer proceeds to tell me the rules of wrestling a 650-pound bear. This is exactly what he tells me. He says, Victor's front teeth have been taken out for your protection. But his back teeth are this long, so don't get your fingers back there because he'll bite your finger off. Now, Victor, he don't like no fur pulling or snub punching because he'll take them front paws and he'll break your neck. You know what I do that? Let me recap here. I got a drunk bear gonna bite my finger off and break my neck. And he says my favorite line, it's nobody else's. It's the only favorite part of the story, Jim. He says to me, Victor don't like standing on his hind legs lest he's drinking. And he's got a 4-foot stick in his head. So when he gets in the ring, I'm gonna jam him in the ass with this stick, and that'll bring him up. I bet you it will. And then you get underneath him. Why? I'm looking at Victor now. You know when you're young, you're dumb. But like I had a degree in that too. Dumbness, because I'm looking at Victor trying to figure out how I can beat him. Obviously, Victor didn't really care that I was a light heavyweight champion of the world. As I'm watching him get Victor in the ring, this fellow, my friend, I thought he was my friend, his name is Jay the Alaskan York. He looked like Creature the Black one, 6'5", big hands, 12-foot board. I'm watching Victor, I'm pretty intense here. He's got his hand on my bum like a fool, like, go get him, kid. His hand's still on my ass. Hey, Jay, hold on, I gotta wrestle a bear. Pass me on the bum of your knees. All right, here we go. About 2,000 people watching. I get in the ring, ding, ding, jab. Rod gets on it. Now, I'll tell you, you can tell if a guy's lying about wrestling a bear, because how do you beat somebody in wrestling? You pin their shoulders to the mat. Bear ain't got no shoulders. You don't realize that till you get under them. Now, bears are also natural wrestlers. And this bear, the first thing it did is an inside arm drag me, and I fell down on my tummy. Now, I gotta take you back to Jay York here for a second. Jay York, when he hit me in the bum, he had about a quart of honey in his hand, and he hit my bum, and he rubbed that honey in there, one side to the other. I was watching Victor, all up and laughing his ass off. Stupid story. Victor inside arm drags me, I land on my tummy, Victor finds the honey. Now, Victor's front claws were taken out for my protection also. And he started licking the honey off my trunks, which I'm not, I just came from Coxacura. Now, Victor has run out of honey, and he's pissed. He's had his cocktail. All right, and he starts pulling my trunks down. Because I guess Victor feels the deeper in the hive, the more the honey. Now I got 6 inches of bear tongue and 8 inches of bear snout up my ass. In search of honey. I'm fur pulling, I'm snout punching, I'm crying, I'm doing everything I can. Now obviously the trainer and Victor got some kind of deal on that wild turkey. He's drunk and fell asleep in a corner. Now my trunks are down around my knees, and some fine person there wasn't in the Olympic auditorium. A Hispanic fella woke him up, and the bear's on me, and they darted the bear. And like it's just, it gets right off you. It takes like 4 minutes. So I was like, bleh, bleh, bleh. I crawled from underneath Victor, and my trunks are haltering my knees, and there I am in all my glory. The hot rod. You would think the humiliation would be over, wouldn't you? I go to get out of the ring, and I really don't care the fact those 2,000 people knows that I ain't quite so hot. And as I'm getting out of the ring, because my knees are haltered, my foot catches the second rope, and I do a header, and I go right down on the concrete, and I knock myself out, and there I was there, done, I'm out, boom, obviously been taken advantage of. And in the ring there was Victor. He had had a cocktail, a banquet, he's pulling on a pell now. That's that stupid bear story. You happy now? I've never told him again in my life. It's nice to have you on my side. How you guys doing? How you guys doing, man? Actually, I do drink spit myself. Saves the whole top issue. Okay. All of a sudden they heard about this boy wonder that's selling out, and this is where things changed quite dramatically, quite seriously. All of a sudden this promoter comes, his name was Michael Bell. He comes down to me, he comes up to me and says, "Fuck this course." See, I couldn't bend the close enough or whatever. I wouldn't lasso nobody. Now, he's a hell of a lassoer. Hey, excuse me. All right. So, this promoter comes to me and he looks at me, all excited, he goes, MSG. MSG. Something bad they put in Chinese food? Madison Square Garden. They want you in Madison Square Garden. They want me? Madison Square Garden was a big man's place. Andre the Giant, Bruno Sammartino, Dominic DeNucci, Tony Atlas, Rocky Johnson. They go on and on. They want me. I'm going about $1.90 now. Holy cow. This is my big shot. King of the world. I go and I head for New York City, baby. And I get there in Madison Square Garden. I'm going, holy cow, man. It's a long way from the Indian reservation. Long way. I'm pretty scared. I used to play the bagpipes in the ring back there. I haven't played it for 20 years. Back then I played the bagpipes, and they're a woodwind instrument, so you gotta kind of play them a little bit before you go out there, which made all the rest of the wrestlers very happy people. So I get them warmed up. All of a sudden, here comes a guy called Captain Lowbound. Hey! Hey, Roddy! We've been watching you on that video. He pinches my cheek like Aunt Betsy. He says, you're too good. We don't want you. Oh, good luck. He grabs me, pal. Yeah, he's drunker than a skunk. What a nice guy. Freddie Glass, come on. Hey, you pencil that geek, good luck to you. Grand Wizard. What a bunch of nice guys, man. It's time for me to go on. And there was promoters that had come in from Japan, see this boy wonder, all this hype, pressure. So I'm down there doing push-ups thinking, I'm just a little bigger if I look when I get out there. And finally I get out there and I have the ring announcer announce, ladies and gentlemen, now this is to 24,000 Puerto Ricans with knives in Madison Square Garden. I'd like you to stand for the Scottish National Anthem. Yeah, right. That took about 4 minutes. They never stood, they just finally shut up. So that was my cue. These promoters are looking like this. What's this? It's gonna be great. I picked them bagpipes up. I came 5th in the world when I was 14 playing the bagpipes, man. I picked them bagpipes up, I go to play them, nothing. I'm checking the spark plugs, changing the oil, looking at the alternator, nothing's happening. I dropped the bagpipes, I went after the guy, bottom line is, I went back to the dressing room, Vince McMahon Sr. came to me and said, don't call us, we'll call you. I went right around the wrestling world. Roddy Piper falls on face. Everybody else was so happy. I couldn't figure it out. I was on the plane going home. Coach, it's true, they flew me in first class, flew me back coach. I couldn't figure out what happened. They got my bagpipes. And I looked in the chanter, and Freddie Blassie had pushed 6 feet of toilet paper inside the chanter of my bagpipes. When they said they didn't want me, they meant it. They came right up to me and said that. That was a turning point for me. I became one mean son of an unnamed God. I always said, that Piper, he's not that big. Pissed me off and watched me grow. And they got that done. And I come back to Los Angeles, and truth is, for a long time, I hated everyone, especially myself. And when Flair says fearless and all that, I just didn't care. Except for one guy. One guy I want to tell you, I need a chair, man. Got an old wrestler out here, you don't have a damn chair. What's wrong with you? Thanks, Jim. Sometimes I do stupid things. That's my son. In the Olympic Auditorium, you'd open this big old steel door. I mean, Olympic Auditorium, any fight film you saw pre-1975-ish was the Olympic Auditorium. Every world champion, everybody, Gorgeous George, to Muhammad Ali, had fought in this building. At the bottom of the stairs here, there was a gentleman, a black gentleman. His name was Tiger Nelson. Now back then, the mats, they never cleaned them. So you had to have your back washed every night so you didn't spread any disease. Well, old Tiger, I don't know how tall Tiger was. He maybe be about 104, I don't know. He was a big old boy. I'd finish my match and go to the shower and I'd hear, oh, he had these slippers on and he'd get on up there and you'd hear old Tiger shuffling down. He'd get there, Mr. Piper, sir. He had a washcloth and good old days in soap. He'd wash my back. Mr. Piper, sir. What a fine match that was. Could have heard that heat in Tokyo. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tiger hadn't watched a match in 30 years. Oh, you're going to be a fine old champion. Thanks, Tiger. You know, sweet gentleman. Tiger get whatever money we gave him. So one time I'm leaving, and Tiger says, Mr. Piper, sir, says, could you be telling me the time? I said, yeah, Tiger, it's 11:30. Oh, he says, I done missed my bus. Oh. I says, Tiger, I'll take you home. Said, oh, I couldn't have that, Mr. Piper, sir. I says, Tiger, I got a brand new Cadillac. And Tiger was so proud. He gave me his bus transfer, so it'd be even. And I drove him home. He lived in the middle of Watts. Guess the reason he didn't want to be seen with no cracker, you know. We got to the middle of Watts. Tiger says, Mr. Piper, sir, says, would you like to come in? Sure, Tiger. Tiger's room, from that post there to where about I'm standing, just kind of rectangle it off. Right here was his bed, right up here was a little pool. He goes, he says, Mr. Piper says, is you a drinking man? I said, sure, Tiger. And he pulls that ripple from underneath the carpet and he says, I like my ripple warm, it says, and he hands the ripple over to me. And he's got a scrapbook there. And I look at it. He says, Tiger, that's Jack Johnson. He says, well, sure that is, Mr. Piper. There was an aerial shot with some other boy. He says, who's that? He says, well, Mr. Piper, that was me. He says, you fought Jack Johnson? He says, yes, sir. He says, back then I was a bull stud. I come out that first round, I hit Mr. Johnson hit me. I come out that second round, and Mr. Johnson, he hit me so hard upside my head, Mr. Piper, it felt like I got kicked in the head by a Missouri mule. Says my knees started buckling, and all of a sudden I saw these big black arms come around in Mr. Piper, and the man said, hold on, nigga, hold on. I went 15 rounds with Mr. Johnson. I says, you went 15 rounds with Jack Johnson? That's fantastic. He says, no sir, no sir. Killed my boxing career. Everybody said your boy went 15 rounds with Jack Johnson. He ain't getting none of my boy. I looked over in the same book, and there was Tiger with a top hat and a real young Bob Hope. I says, that's Bob Hope. He says, yes, sir, that is. He says, I used to have me a nightclub, Mr. Piper. He says, I'd have their tails, and I put that top hat on, and then I got respect then, he says, Mr. Piper. And then Bob Hope, he used to come in down with that cane, and he'd hit that cane, and I looked over, And there was a picture of a beautiful black lady. I says, Tech, I says, who's that? Oh, he says, that there was my wife, Rosie. They just figured that she may have wandered into the wrong neighborhood. And he started holding the sign. He says, Mr. Piper, sir, you're welcome to stay. I'm getting the ache again. And he lays down. I says, no, I'll just leave it there. And last thing I ever heard him say to me, he says, as I'm leaving, Mr. Piper, sir, would you blow the light out when you leave? And turn that light out.
Show, and I have had on this particular show some of the greatest, most intelligent people and athletes ever. I had, I had Hogan. I wasn't mentioning him. I had Cindy Loopy Lauper on there when she was a star, and now she's stars. She are not no more. I had Fat Lou Albano on one time, pulled his rubber bands. I had Andre the Giant. I bought him a Johnny drink so he could brush his teeth. But then I thought to myself, I said, for this particular Piper's Pit, I want someone with intelligence. I want someone with scruples, yet they can go out there and fight at any given moment. And I thought to myself, who could I get like that? Who could I get that possesses the intelligence? And then it came to me, the guest that I have right here that is going to be with you, my favorite of all time, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet, by all means, the greatest wrestler in the entire world, Mr. Roddy Piper. How are you? Hi-ho. That was one of the greatest introductions. If I had wrote that myself, I would have said the same thing. Exactly. Sorry, Grandma. Let me ask you, truly, it's a pleasure to have you here. First of all, on Piper's Pit. Yeah, it's a pleasure to have me any place. I got used to have me in the bathtub. I sail around, I tread water, swim, tickle you. Well, let's begin, with your background. I got some questions here. You're from Scotland, and you've been a championship wrestler, a champion boxer. Tell me, when you were growing up, did you ever think that you would attain such great success? Yes, I did. Did I ever believe that I would have this kind of success? This has nothing to the success that I had that you know nothing about. The reason you know nothing about it is because I'm Roddy Piper and you're not. Of course I knew that I would attain at least as much notoriety. If not, at least I would be the Queen of England. Tell me something now. A man like yourself, did you ever have any idols or mentors or
College? There they are. Son of a bitch, man. The way that started, I'll try to tell you quick, because they're telling me I'm running out of time. Try to tell you quick. If you want someone to pass this through so you can actually see these, I trust you, man. This promoter, Jimmy Crocker, North Carolina, said to me, Piper, says, I need you to make a matchup. I need the most brutal match you possibly have. It was the very first pay-per-view ever in the history of pay-per-view. It was in Greensboro, North Carolina. He says, I want a match, he says, with chains. I want a match with leathers. I want a match with spikes. I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what the hell he's been watching on TV, but I'll work on it. I went to a shoemaker, and I got them to make an 1.5-inch collar. Chains will attach them to each other, these wrestlers. Yeah, so they can't get away. Well, so when they attach them to each other, oh shoot, spikes. Spikes. We'll put spikes on the collar, that way they can dig it in to each other. And I came with my creation to Jimmy Crockett, like, get all those Italians off my lawn. That's what the folks really saying. Just had the hedges done. McMahon's doing something with God now. What the hell with this? McMahon's doing something with God now. I don't know, improv this a little bit, but I can see McMahon by himself, be a fly on the wall. Fly on the wall. Talk to the Iffer family. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, you step into it here. Where the hell are you, man? That was pretty damn good. Good. I can't see shit, man. Hey, all right, I'll tell the story. What was I telling? Well, why don't you come on up here then? I've got a clue what I was going to tell you. What was I telling about?
Tell about McMahon, the Iffer family.
Oh, the Iffer family. Yeah, the man goes like there's Sally Iffer, and he goes to the head of the family. Lucifer. I can see McMahon talking to Lucifer. WrestleMania 24, 23, what am I going to do? Lou, I need to talk to you. What is it, Vincent? I need an idea. Calm down, Vincent. Remember when I had you put the battery cable on your son's nuts? Didn't that work? Oh yeah, that was a good one. Well, what am I going to do now? Calm down, Vincent. Remember I had you. Your son. And he knocked his mother out. Yeah, but that was, just a second. Do you remember when I had your daughter down there and Rikishi sat right on her face? That was a good one. What should I do next? Sacrifice a son. Who the hell are you? Why don't you come on up here? This is an interactive show. Come on, I'm no problem. Come on up here. Where are you? I can't see you. Come on! Come here, champ. Come on up here and give me that impression. That's pretty hot. I know the guy. You sound better than he does. Give me a hand, man. Give me a hand. Hey, good, man. Good. Let me get these help you in any way? So, just Ollie, what's your name?
Brad.
Brad. That first name?
Brad.
Okay. Let me just do Macho Man Randy Savage for me. Yeah?
Mary had a bicycle here, and it was as red as fire, dig it, and everywhere that Mary went.
can do more? Like who?
Finally, The Rock has come back to Longville.
Who can you do?
You come up here with your little guilt, you make me sick. Stone Cold says, Vince McMahon, you're fired.
Old school, yeah. Andre the Giant will go through a wall to the wall. Hulk Hogan?
You know something, brother, dude? Little macho man brother, all little Hulkamaniac.
Hogan. That's pretty damn good, man. Till you took your shirt off.
Shit.
Let me pick it up for you a little bit here. First of all, let's check out the physique just for a second. Looks like you had 6 litters of puppies there, man. Huh? When you go into the chair? Huh? How long do they let you out for? Huh? What's your favorite thing in professional wrestling?
I wanted to ask you something, though. I got a few questions.
Do you want to whisper them first? You're scaring the dog out of me.
I always wanted to know what was under that dress.
Your girlfriend's lipstick, asshole. Did you have another? You don't have to, man. You go eat popcorn. You've ate.
That sleeper hold thing, is that really real? Can you, is that real?
You serious?
Yeah, I always wanted to know if it was.
Oh, I want to make his night. What do I wear under my kilt, huh? Skirt, huh? Come up to my show and do Hulk Hogan? Give me a little bastard. No, I'll tell you like this. You look, well, it doesn't matter what you look like. You're probably a nice guy. I don't know, you came to my show, it's questionable. But please, usually the late goes on that album. But anyway, I'll tell you what, I'll put it on you, but I'm not interested in hurting nobody. See, what you gotta do is, you just, bring me that mic stand there, man. Thanks, Colt. Thanks, Jim. And I'm gonna put this microphone here, that way, when I put it on you and you scream, they won't be able to hear you. All right, you don't have to do this, man. You asked me.
I'm curious, though.
Okay, we'll settle that bullshit. Okay, when you think that it's going to work, you just go ahead and tap, and I'll let you go. We're not making love here. Is this a Brokeback Mountain? All right. You ready? Yeah. My first wife died of poison mushrooms. Second wife died of poison mushrooms. Third wife died of brain concussion. She wouldn't eat the poison mushrooms.
Night-night.
Medic. That's not fine. Let me tell you how, let's get this thing done. Let me tell you how. I always get asked this question. How did WrestleMania get started? The whole 9 yards. I'm not going to tell you the version Vince McMahon tells you because that's full of shit. What was it like? I saw Vince McMahon holding on to his ankles with his pants down, and they were shoving Shawn Michaels' head into his bum. Contrary to what the popular belief of the WWF, according to Shawn Michaels, Vince McMahon's shit does stink. All right. WrestleMania is exactly how it happened. I just got to kind of put War to Settle the Score and WrestleMania in the same one because it gets too complicated. Everybody, when I come into the garden, when you come in Madison Square Garden, it's kind of a loop as they drop you off. And it comes in, and you come in, and there's drapes here. And as I come in, on my left-hand side, I told you how mean I am about this time. And you know, we've been taking some serious vitamins by this time. Damn, I had the Peruvian marching band in my bedroom. Any cops here? All right, I love you. And they were a hell of a band. God bless you, man. So I come in, and there's Liberace. I'll just tell you, there's Liberace, and Liberace is practicing with the Rockettes, and they're practicing the can-can. And he says with this kid, just like, hi, Roddy. Roddy, you were under your kilt. Your girlfriend. Never mind. I didn't really say anything to him. And they pulled me over in this next one, and it was a meet and greet room, and this guy was talking like this to me, and somebody was taking pictures of my shoes. I didn't know what was going on. I got out of there. His name was Andy Warhol. And I'm going down, I'm looking for, and there's Little Richard. Little Richard hands me a Bible and says, Adam's supposed to be with Eve, not Steve. It's a guilt, Little Richard. And I go down the hall, I go, where the hell are the wrestlers? And there's Dr. Ruth Westheimer. Don't pay any attention to him. He just wears a kilt to get attention. Geraldine Ferrara, running for vice president. Roddy Piper, you're not fit to wear a dress. Damn, I get in my dressing room, and I sit down, and here he comes, Oh, hot trouble, we got a big one. We got a big one, everybody's gonna have to take a dive. He says, I can't do that, Vince. What? Listen, man, I got kids. I got kids all over the world. I can't take a dive for no one. And he's trying to talk me into taking a dive. 17 and a half years. Nobody pinned my shoulders to the mat. Absolutely nobody. I refuse to take a dive. I come in there now. Muhammad Ali is the special referee. Dick Clark is the special announcer. Hogan's got a guy fighting down there. There's who else is it? Cyndi Lauper's the special ring digger. Everybody's special except me. And we're having this argument, and the bell's ringing. It's time to go. And we're back in, remember, 24,000 Puerto Ricans with knives? And I'm the only guy that knows I ain't going down. And I come into that ring, man, and that place is unbelievable. And down there was Mr. T. Jerk. There's a guy as confused as I am. A black man that has a mohawk haircut. Anyway, so the fight starts. Boom, I'm doing pretty good. I got Hogan down. Problem was I got him down by the hair. Didn't stay down long. And he's fighting back and forth at about the 15-minute mark. I've been in lots of rides. Instead, 3 times, I don't know how many rides. Went down an airplane. I got pretty good peripheral vision. And it's getting hot. You can tell there's difference. They're called red heat and white heat. And death. And I got Hogan down. He's getting tired. And I'm taking him. I just saw somebody come up on my right-hand side. I didn't care who it was. I just knew it was fair game. I just kind of went over, boom, knocked it out. It was Mr. T. At the same time, Dick Clark looks, he's got the microphone over the microphone. He says, don't hurt me. Nothing yet, man. At that time, I don't know how many blonde wrestlers there are. Underneath the bottom row, here comes this blonde, and I'm in full motion by now. As you know, everything goes. And I turn to kick it, and it's Cyndi Lauper. And I try as hard as I can to pull the kick. If you watch the film, as hard as I can to pull the kick. I'm about to kick a girl. A girl who wants to have fun. I'm going to kick her. That's pretty good. A girl wants to have fun. Anyway, I tried to pull the kick, and I wasn't successful. And about maybe 1.5 to 2 feet. And I'm standing there, I know, oh, okay, here we go again. You're gonna get raped and you're gonna die. And boom, all of a sudden I feel a big hand come over me and I just hip tossed it. And it was a New York City policeman in a uniform. No disrespect, sir, he was just trying to do his job after I kicked Cindy, you understand? And his buddies, no humor in it at all, and his buddies started to come in, and suits started to come in, and all of a sudden, there was people all over the city that never sleeps. I put my damn sleeper hold on, I knocked everybody I could out that night, and that's exactly how the damn thing got started. Okay. Oh yeah.
Guess who's back?
Mark McGrath and say I'm cocky, and I say, what it ain't bragging, motherfucker, if you back it up. They say I'm cocky, and I say, what it ain't bragging, motherfucker, if you back it up. I'm from the outskirts of Detroit, Rock City, A-shirts, Cadillacs, skinny mamas, you can keep those. I like big corn-fed Midwestern hoes. Don't you know? Talk fast, live slow. Show up to black ties and t-shirts and slippers. Sipping liquor, fuck models, love strippers. Known as the Big Tipper with the Big Dipper. I got Queen's own keys to my zipper. Fuck a real good girl. I got the baddest bitch in the world. They say I'm cocky, and I say, what it ain't bragging, motherfucker. Up. They say I'm cocky, and I say, what it ain't bragging, motherfucker, if you back it up.
Cut the music, thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Playboy Buddy Rose.
Ladies and gentlemen, Roddy Piper.
Ladies and gentlemen, going 360 pounds, Playboy Buddy Rose.
Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at a slim trim 217 pounds, heavy in the seat, light on the feet, Playboy Buddy Rose. Get it right, Roddy.
Does Greenpeace know you're here?
Under that kilt, does everybody there's no peace?
When was the last time you saw your dick?
Okay. Last time I saw my dad, Dick, who lives in Las Vegas. He's 85 years old. His name's Richard, but they call him Dick for short. How'd you know that?
Landmass. Greenland. Whale.
Buddy Rose starter kit.
There was a time we used to be able to get nose to nose, you know.
We could never make love. My stomach's in the way. Your starter kit of my stomach's in the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman and I have fought each other more times in the Northwest. He's one of the greatest.
Broke all the records.
Broke all the records. Let's get you a chair.
I got some stories to tell. We're going to need a chair. I got some stories about you.
Listen, hang on. Can we get 2 chairs, one reinforced?
I'd like to leave. I like a lazy boy.
Lazy boy. Now, Buddy Rose, actually, when I was down in Los Angeles telling you them stories.
1978. I'm keeping you honest.
The damn FBI.
Female body inspector.
I remember one time.
You only remember one time? One time?
Well, I'm prone to blackouts every once in a while, like the 80s.
Me too.
70s.
Me too.
But I remember, this is a God's true story. I was in the ring with Buddy Rose, and one of our mentors, Red Bastine, and Buddy had white trunks on. Red Bastine is the special referee for this match we were having, the 60-minute time. And Red Bastine's checking me out. Oh, Red used to chew that red man. He's checking Buddy out, and he goes behind, he takes that red man, and he puts us down the back of Buddy Rose's trunks.
White trunks.
White trunks. He don't know it. We start the match. It's about the 10-minute mark. I'm slamming him. I'm going. All of a sudden, there's this big brown stain. I go out of the ring going, shoot. He doesn't have a clue what's going on.
Red Bastine and Roddy Piper are laughing their asses off, and I got a big shit stain on the back of my face. True story. You got the last laugh that night.
Yeah, I did.
But I did get the last laugh on you a lot of times, too.
Yeah, you did.
Do you remember the night I lighted your kilt dress on fire?
You're such an asshole.
Yes, I'm an asshole.
I'm going, no. Yeah, you want to tell? You want me to tell?
Well, I'll start it out. You were in the ring, and you took off your kilt. I went up to the guy that gets the jackets in the ring, that brings the back the stuff to the dressing room. I said, hey, give me Roddy Piper's kilt. I took it up in the crow's nest. I waited till he finished his match. He won his match. And I said, hey, Piper, look. And I had this bottle of kerosene. I emptied that kerosene all over a kilt that looked just like that dress. I emptied it all, lit it on fire, thinking it's just going to light up, just be a little fire. I went running because it was a 5-foot flame. Here comes Roddy up there to kick my ass, but I'm gone, and he's trying to put out his kilt. You take it from there.
My hands are on fire now because I got kerosene on them, and I'm slapping it. This time, wrestling used to be on in Portland for years, live at 8:30. Just so everybody's watching Playboy Buddy Rose, and we had just been preempted, and for 2 weeks it started at 11:30. This was the second week. I'm out there trying to put the damn thing out, makes my kilt, okay? Pretty precious to me. And because of the kerosene, my hands is on fire, He will not burn me, Roddrick, me shack gonna bend me.
I got nervous when his hands were on fire.
Talking. Thank you.
I can interrupt you.
Okay.
We go way back.
So, what happens is, this doesn't air until about midnight. Well, everybody's gone. But when it airs, everybody at home thinks it's live. They call the fire department. Here comes these firing. The place, they like to close us down for a month because of the illegal fire, because of this guy.
Don Owens got in trouble, said if that ever happened again, they're going to close down the sports arena, no more wrestling. So we couldn't do that no more.
You remember the time, Don Owens is a great promoter. And Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, he used to give all the wrestlers turkeys. This one year they had the midgets in, he gave them Cornish hens.
Little Tokyo and Cowboy Lane would go, hey, what is this? I want a turkey. Hey, you're a midget, you get a Cornish hen. True story.
True story. He was great, man.
No, Roddy, I got to say something. I was listening to the back up there, and I heard you talking about starting that first WrestleMania. I just want to clarify that you were at the first WrestleMania, but I started the first WrestleMania because I was the first match to step into the ring against Tito Santana. He ended the first WrestleMania. He was in the main event, and then we were on the same plane because it was a 1 o'clock show in the afternoon that day, and we were both in first class, and we both came home to Portland that same night, sitting next to each other, if you remember. Yes. God, we were on many planes, and I hated sitting next to you. Anyway, hold on. You got your text. Houston, we got a problem. Just a minute.
Houston, what are you, an astronaut now?
Just right down here. I saw you were sweating a little bit.
Texas, we have a problem.
He's from Houston, Texas, this guy.
Houston, Texas. Never mind.
Piper? Piper?
This is ground control.
Look at this. Hold on. Easy, get back. Boom. I gotta take a Xanax. I'm addicted to Xanax. If I don't, I can die. Hold on. Okay, I'm good to go. Did you want one? Did you get the guy that you put the sleeper hold on a Xanax before you put it on? Here we go.
No, but I hope
You've never taken a Xanax, it'll knock you out. Anyway, my doctor prescribed them to me after the 30 years of wrestling.
You know, there's only one. Like this guy has got a car right now, and on the top of the car, he's got like direct dish network.
Direct TV.
Direct TV. He's got a car with direct TV. An officer, I want you to remember this.
Oh, no, hey.
He's got the navigation thing, and he watches TV while he's driving. When he sees the police, he switches the switch, and it brings up the navigation.
Stooge! You are a stooge! Try to get, if there's any officers in here, I am completely disconnecting the TV tonight until tomorrow. I will drive home safely. You don't have to tell, okay, you want to tell stories?
Well, not that well. I don't know. You whispered first?
No, this is open season. You people want to hear some more stories? Okay, Piper. All right. So, let's talk about...
Give me one of them damn things. Houston.
No, I got to say something about Roddy Piper. When he came to the Northwest, I was already over, and I read his book, and he said something about, in the book, Buddy Rose made Roddy Piper. And that's a heck of a compliment coming from you.
True.
You know, I'm going to tell you the truth from my heart. And I want to say that, you know, we've had our disagreements, and we had a lot of fights up and down the West Coast. We traveled a lot together, you know, and we got a lot of friends that we lost in this business. And like, I'll never forget the phone call you said to me. You said, we must have an angel watching over us because we shouldn't be here today, so I take every day as a gift. And it's a pleasure to be up here on stage with you. And I just want to say to all the people, this guy was the one man that started the pay-per-views. He's the one man that did 26 movies in professional wrestling. No other professional wrestler has done 26 movies. And John Carpenter, he started out with They Live, as you all remember, right? And now, he's the one man I was able to grace the ring all across the Northwest, the West Coast, and in Tampa, Florida last year we wrestled each other. And all over it, and we sold out arenas, broke records, and he's the one-man show himself here. And out of due respect from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say, I'm going to bow out right now and just say that I'm just happy to grace the stage with Roddy Piper one more time here in Longview, Washington.
Buddy roll. Shows you what a man he really is, you know? I wasn't expecting that. You know, WrestleMania. People ask me about WrestleMania, what did it do? Overnight, it turned 100 wrestlers into superstars. They're in Time magazine, shining bright light. I remember one time, since 1997. Since 1997, 71. Guys under the age of 45
today
are dead.
to see if I still feel
I don't know why, with everybody. I can tell you a quick story that will keep you out there so long.
the needle tears the hole.
Kerry Von Erich was a very good friend of mine.
The old from
He had a prosthetic leg from here on down, He was such a good wrestler, nobody could tell the difference. We would share a room sometimes, and he, for some reason with me, he'd take his leg off. He felt comfortable. Every hotel room we'd go into, we'd always put the chain in the door because we'd owe room service, and that way we didn't have to get up. It's one time in Miami Marriott Hotel on the 8th floor. I don't know why. Carrie and I are there, and there was a window, and Carrie opened it. And we got out in the window. The ledge, I don't know, 8, 10 inches. We were out there, and the window's closed. We weren't talking about death. I don't know why we were out there. I remember having to push against the wall of the window because of the wind. A couple, 2-3 minutes after that, Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, and Big Boss Man, they come in the room to have a beer. And they saw us out there. What the hell are you guys doing? And they pulled us in, you know. Out of all those guys, I'm the only one alive. I don't know why that is either. Other maybe to tell you that last guy I told you about, the girls. Eddie, who I was walking into Minneapolis. They're taking him up. Just so you guys know, they loved you so much, as I do, because with you we're nothing. A business that had a huge black cloud over it, a bunch of fakes, phony. You gave us a chance to have families. They loved you so much that they died. They would have given you anything, as I would. When a wrestler dies, they give him 10 bells. I heard so many times it makes my stomach sick. Don't go to funerals no more. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring on the pipe band right now. Some young kids, man, bring them on. Hey, Jim. Thanks. Young Mike stand. That's my son. He won't be a wrestler. Look at these kids right here. What's your name, Jim? Shane. Angus. Andrew. Aren't they beautiful, man? I haven't played one of these things in 20 years. How the hell do you put them on? For kings, queens, presidents, the bagpipes, the oldest instruments in the world, and the second hardest instrument in the world to play next to the sitar. They play a tune. Ronald Reagan, Princess Di, no matter who you are. I don't know how I'll do, but these guys are back. I mean, this is just for them guys and for you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.